Well, welcome to Daikin Park 2025. That's what you're going to hear opening day as the name is officially changed from Minute Maid Park, the juice box, rest in peace. We heard from Jim Crane. We heard about Alex Bregman and some options they have on the table if they can't sign them. Let's talk about it right now.
Jainel Diaz, this is Locked On Astros.
Hello and welcome to Locked On Astros, your daily Astros podcast. Here are your hosts, Eric the Man Huysman and Brett H-Town Wheelhouse Chancey.
Hey there, everybody, and welcome into another edition of Locked On Astros. I'm your guy, H-Town Wheelhouse. Tonight, I'll be flying solo. Eric is not with us tonight, but he will be back for sure. Look, that's how we do the dynamic duo, the guys that do it. No matter what is going on, we will make sure that one, if not both of us, will be here to bring you all the latest. Make sure that you make us your first listen every single day. Make Locked On MLB your second listen, and know that this episode is brought to you by Game Time. Game Time is an amazing app, and if you download the app and create an account, use the code LOCKEDONMLB, you'll get $20 off your first purchase. Go to Game Time today. Thank y'all for tuning in. It looks like Mama Wheelhouse is here. Rio, Dorothy, Susan, Mr. Rashad, Chris. I mean, the gang is all here. Linda's here. Chris Reyes, and I mentioned him. Look, y'all have all been here. Of course, first and foremost, Supreme Panda. He's always the first in. We're going to talk a little bit about Willie Adames. We're going to talk a little bit about Alex Bregman, about what Crane said. Oh, and guess what? I'm going to show you guys a hat that I purchased from my friend Santiago Casas. He is a hat creator. He goes by Santiago on Instagram, and he created a hat. It's called, I believe, the Champ, and it is a hat that he made where the proceeds, a portion of the proceeds went to a friend of his that is fighting cancer. So I'm going to reveal that at the end of the show. I'm excited to show you guys that. Now, Theo says, I actually like the fact that we're going after Willie Adames. The reason why I'm bringing that up, Theo, welcome to the party. Daniel, welcome to the party. Joseph as well, and everybody else. I believe I hit everybody. The Houston Astros know that it's going to take money to bring people. But before we do that, let's talk about Daikin Park. I keep saying it wrong. It's going to take a lot of getting used to. I think a lot of people are still going to call it the juice box. I think people are going to have a hard time calling it Daikin Park. And what happened is the Astros agreed to a 15-year naming rights partnership with Dykin Comfort that includes educational programming, youth sports development, and underserved communities. I can say this. I do believe that this partnership with the Houston Astros actually benefits them. It's not that Minute Maid Park didn't do anything. They were a big part of, and they probably will still be a big part of the Astros RBI program. If you know anything about the Astros RBI program, it serves basically, it creates teams for athletes that are in underserved communities. In other words, communities that don't have all of the opportunities that maybe some of us do on the outskirts of town, the suburbs. If you're in like a League City, Deer Park, Katy, Richmond type area, it's more of the inner city where they don't have a ton of fields. And then the Astros will take ball fields. They'll fix them up. But the Astros RBI program has been phenomenal. I know that Minute Maid has been a part of that. I'm wondering if they will continue to be a part of that or if Dykin will take that over. Now, Dykin so let me give you some history of Minute Maid Park, Enron Field, Daikin Park now. It opened as Enron Field in 2000, if you all remember, okay? It had a 30-year, $100 million naming rights deal. After the energy company went bankrupt in 2001, which is 1 year later, the ballpark was briefly named Astros Field before the naming rights were sold in 2002 to Minute Maid Park, which is owned by Coca-Cola. Okay. It says, we look forward to continuing to work with them. So I'm assuming they're still going to work with them. Dykin develops, manufactures, sells, and supports heating, ventilation, air conditioning, and refrigeration equipment. The company has more than 98,000 employees worldwide, including 10,000 in the Houston area. It operates a 4.2 million square foot campus in Waller, Texas, which is about 45 minutes northwest of downtown. And this is from the CEO, Satoru Akama. Daikin is a well-known brand all over the world and enjoys reputation for innovative and quality products and outstanding customer service. We are thrilled to partner with the Houston Astros in building a premier position based on our shared values of excellence in both sports, community, and leadership. Now, look, I'll just cut to the chase. I'm not going to bury the lead. And I know this is what all of y'all are thinking. Does this mean we're going to sign more Japanese players? I don't know if that's a natural segue into that. It could be. My first question is, do y'all want to give it a name? I like the Icebox, but I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you think about the Chill Dome, the Igloo, the Deep Freeze? I don't know. I don't like frozen bats, right? I don't like the Deep Freeze because, well, our bats have kind of gone cold in the playoffs lately, but I like the Icebox, the frozen juice box. I don't know what you want to call it, but Daikin Park is going to be the new name. It's going to have many nicknames. Most of y'all are going to absolutely hate it. And I get it. Nobody likes change. The Ice House, there you go. But that kind of sounds like a bar, doesn't it, Mr. Fahrenheit? I'm sorry, Fairheart. The Snow Dome, maybe. Icebox, I think, is good. Is sake cheaper than beer? It's fry o'clock somewhere. Oh my God. I like it. I like it. Look at y'all already coming up with the names. Colors don't change. Orbit doesn't change. Well, it's not like Orbit's going to become a polar bear, right? Man, 8 minutes into the show almost, and I'm still talking about the Icebox. What will the train carry? Let's guess that. What will the train carry? If you're listening and you don't watch, I'm going to put a poll after the show. What will the train at Minute Maid Park carry? Will it carry ice cubes? Will it carry snowballs? No. Yes, we do keep the train. Will it carry window units? Will it carry capacitors? Because I know our capacitor went out and we were without AC for 3 days. Snow cones. I mean, I guess ice cubes is the natural thing, but then you think, well, maybe the ice cubes will melt. Air conditioners. How about, I don't care what the train carries as long as it is cooler. As long as it's cooler. Now, if it's snowballs, does that mean Orbit's going to throw snowballs at people? That's what I want to know. Yeah, air conditioners is wild. Mini splits? I don't know what that is, Marcelo Benavides. Marcelo, welcome to the show. Go back. Where am I going back to? Go back, Susan. Packed a train full of baseballs. Oh, I like it. Good job. Full of baseballs. Yeah, I mean, look, it's going to be fun. Jim Crane was asked, what is going to be in the back of the train? Could it be AC duct? Now, I don't know if y'all know this. My father growing up, and of course, Mama Wheelhouse can attest to this. He's been a master electrician for years, but he was also into fire restoration, AC work, and electrical work, and he was also a remodeler. I don't know. He had his hands in everything. And I can't tell you how many attics I crawled in growing up, 140-degree attics or 30-degree attics, pulling duct for AC. I mean, air duct in the back, maybe some ladders, maybe make it look like a truck for an AC man. I don't know. What are they going to do with the oranges on opening day? I think the oranges are just one big thing. I think they're just going to remove it. How much beer is sold at Astros games? It's like an ice house, baby. I like it. Hey, we've got you guys. I still need mini splits. Explain to me. I don't know what mini splits are. Why do I feel like I should know what that is? Frostbite. Frostbite. No, let's not do that. Before we go any further, okay, I want you guys to hear about Game Time, because I'm telling you, it is my go-to place for tickets. I even got my first set of Rockets tickets when they crushed the Spurs on Game Time. This episode is brought to you by Game Time. Download the Game Time app today and use the code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. Terms do apply. Game Time is always there. I mean, they should be called On Time, because every time I need tickets to Game Time, they are on time. They are there. It is easy to use. You download the app, 2 clicks, and you've got the tickets in your phone. You don't have to rubber through your email, your junk email, your spam folder. They're right there. Whether it's baseball, concerts, basketball, football, it doesn't matter the event. They've got you covered. It's not just in your city. I mean, you can look all over Game Time if you're going on a trip. So check it out today. Game Time is the only place I go, with zone deals, with views from my seat, with the guarantee that they have the lowest price. If you find a lower price for the same section and same row on a different page, they will credit you 110% the difference. Make sure that you know that terms do apply, but download the Game Time app, create an account, use the code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create the account and redeem the code LOCKEDONMLB, LOCKED, on MLB for $20 off. Download the Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest prices, guaranteed. Yeah, thank you all for tuning in to Locked On Astros. Make this your first listen. Make Locked On MLB your second listen, and check it out. So, look, I want to talk about who the Astros are going to bring and what's going to happen. And I'm going to flip the order a little bit. I'm going to talk about Willie Damas here in a second. But when it comes to the Houston Astros, they carried the largest payroll in club history this last year, paying the luxury tax for the luxury tax hold luxury. I cannot talk. After paying the luxury tax for the first time, Jim Crane has had to deal with everybody saying Jim Crane is cheap. Jim Crane is cheap. He carried the Major League Baseball's 4th highest payroll, trailing only the Dodgers, the Yankees, and the Mets. So outside, basically, it is approximated that the Houston Astros will have around $10 million below the first tax threshold at the beginning of the offseason, is what we're seeing. But Crane said that there is nothing to report yet with them and Bregman, that they have been visiting frequently with Boris. They've been talking with him. Brown characterized the discussions as productive. Now, I will get a little bit on Soto, because I know of 2 other teams that one he's going to meet with, one he met with, that didn't go anywhere. Okay, this is what Crane said. He talked to Boris once early, but is otherwise letting Brown handle the negotiations. Okay. They have started exploring backup options. Okay. And this is what Crane said to the media. We all know Scott, talking about Scott Boras. He's going to do the best he can to get the most money for him if it's a place he wants to go. But at some point, we'd have to make a decision. We're looking now as a backup, and we're exploring the options. That's what's happening now. If not Bregman, then who? Now, staying on this, he was asked about Jose Altuve, okay? They said Jose Altuve was outspoken, rarely speaks out as much as he did. Crane, what is your take on that? He said, we told him, saying the team told Altuve, we were going to make a strong effort to get it done. I'm quoting from The Athletic, which is from Chandler Holmes' article. He says, and we do our best, is what we told him. It carries some weight with me and carries some weight with Dana. But the sort of contract that now is being rumored that he's demanding is, I think, pretty much puts them out of range. I don't know if y'all have heard, but Ken Rosenthal has reported that Scott Boras is going to be asking for an 11-year, $350 million extension, much like, or I'm saying, so a deal that is not like a 7-year, $189 million contract. He's looking to pay Bregman like what Manny Machado got with the Padres. And if they're going to ask for 11 years, $350 million, you can forget Alex Bregman being in an Astros uniform. They are not going to go that high. Let me ask you guys in the chat, and I'll throw your comment up there. Would you go 11 years, $350 million? Okay. Corbin says this. Let's be honest. When they say, quote unquote, do their best, they don't do their best. Now, Corbin, my only counter to what you're saying is I think with Bregman, they are actually going to try and offer more than they've ever offered. And I think you would probably agree with me on that. And everybody's saying negative on that. Absolutely not. No way. Chris, I agree. Nobody's paying that. Bring on Bohm. I don't know. He's got 1 year left. You got to trade for him, and then he's expected to get a pretty big payday himself. So Willie Adames has been a name that has come up, and he is a name that has been talked about in connection with the Houston Astros. Because it was mentioned, and Corbin, who's in the chat right now, mentioned to me earlier, he said, Morosi talked about Willie Adames, okay? The Astros, if they got Willie Adames, would have to forfeit their 2nd and 5th round pick, okay? I think it's a great addition. Now, if they lose Bregman, they get back I think a 4th round pick. But Willie Adames is a guy that I would take on. Willie Adames in 161 games in 2024, 32 home runs, 112 RBIs, a 118 OPS. I mean, he's a guy that you would really think that you could come in, you could slide him over to third base because he has not been a primary third baseman. And I think you could fit him in really well. His offensive bat would be great. Yes, Breggy would be better. But if Bregman wants 10 to 11 years, they are not doing that. Adames looks cheap compared to 11,330. I agree with that. I like the Adames signing if the Astros can get it done. Everybody else, they're too stinking old. Now, at what price it will cost? Someone's like, well, we're going to have to give up a 2nd and a 5th. And when I put this up on X, someone goes, but you do realize that prospects and draft picks are a crapshoot. Now, I can go in the Astros. I can look at Hunter Brown. I can look at Javier. I can look at Valdez. I can look at a whole host of players that weren't high draft picks, that were just signed from foreign countries. I can point to high draft picks. I can point to lower draft picks. You never know how somebody's going to pan out. And that therein lies the problem. I think someone says, plus Adames has Correa energy. I like that. Adames in the past was always a defensive first player. His bat slowly came around. Corbin, great insight. That is a great insight. And we're going to continue this discussion. Would you guys be willing to sign? If we're going to sign Adames, could we get Walker? Would he be too much at his age? What are we going to be looking for when it comes to someone like that? So let's talk about that in the next segment. All right, everybody. FanDuel is America's #1 sports book. And if you've been watching the Houston Texans just taking care of business in Dallas, I hope that you got the spread or the over-under, or you pick the Texans, because if they can come out in the second half and do something they haven't done in 5 or 6 weeks and score, then that means that you can hit a home run with that. So get ready to tackle the action with America's #1 sportsbook, FanDuel. When you bet $5 and win that $5 bet, you will get $150 in bonus bets if you win. So when you get a hunch in the middle of a game, You can check out the latest stats, view live play-by-play, see that Mixon is going off, and so much more in the same game where you place your bets. Just visit FanDuel.com and join today. You'll get started with $150 in bonus bets if you win your first $5 bet. That's FanDuel.com. Never waste a hunch. Make every moment more with FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL. All right, thank y'all for tuning in again. This is Locked On Astros. We're your team every day. Make sure you subscribe to us. Make sure you listen to us on Apple, Google, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. I'm H-Town Wellhouse. So this is what Hunter Reeves is saying. I was saying a week ago we should push for Adames, but Brett, you were gung-ho on Bregman. You know what, Hunter? Look, here's my thing, and I think I can defend myself in this. Until I saw that Bregman is more than likely going to be asking for a much longer contract than I assumed at the age 30 or 31. Yeah, I was in on Bregman because I wanted him to stay. But because of that prospect now, as I look more into Willie Adames, I like Willie Adames. So, Hunter, you get a notch in your belt for that one. There you go, sir. Thank you. But what other names? Does anybody else have any other names, excuse me, that we could be looking at or should be looking at? I just, every time I go to the free agent list for third baseman, it's Goldschmidt. I mean, it's all these guys that are just aging. And if I hear another person say, well, have you seen at first base what Jose Abreu's doing in Puerto Rico? No, I don't care what he's doing. It doesn't matter. No contender is going to waste a pick on him. Oh, and speaking of chatter on X, can I tell you something that's funny? I'm going back and forth with a former NFL player right now about Jose Altuve. The Perfect Game put out, or Prospect Dugout put out a tweet asking if Jose Altuve is a first ballot or is a Hall of Famer. Chris Mano, I don't know if y'all remember him. He is a former NFL player. I believe he played for the Chiefs. I don't know if he was a kicker or what he did, but he has been retweeting me and talking to me all day about how the Astros cheated, about how Jose Altuve is a cheater. And then he stated, as his basis of his argument, he stated Mike Fiers. Mike Fiers was his support. Mike Fiers was the guy he brought into the courthouse to come against Altuve. And I'm like, really? And then, of course, he quote tweeted me and he snapshotted my profile and he said, my man, how on earth can you be expected to not be absurdly biased? And I just said, as a former athlete, how can you not do any research? So I'm going back and forth with this former football player, Donaldson. Okay, Paige, we are talking non-aging players. All right. Oh, that's right. I see this name, Corbin. Do you see the screen? Mr. Restrad says, I think Nolan Arenado, since the card seems so lost, but that will stay in the wish list, I guess. Corbin has mentioned him as well. Yes, I know. Let's go back and forth here. How on earth is Altuve not a Hall of Famer? Answer that, right? That's, people that bring that up, it's just insane. The only reason why I bring that up is simply because it happened today. Now, oh, look at this. Supreme Panda. There's a name that I saw mentioned earlier, Jorge Polanco. He is also available. Jorge Polanco, he is, let's see. I pulled up his numbers earlier. Excuse me. No, I don't want his jersey. Why would the internet send me to MLB Shop? It's not even the real MLB Shop. That's hilarious. Jorge Polanco in 2024, he batted .213, 16 home runs. Let's look at his career splits. 22 home runs one year, 21 he had 33, he had .269. Okay, not bad. A career average of .263, career OPS 765, 492. 128 home runs. I was about to say he only says 500 home runs. What? 778 strikeouts. Not bad. Obviously not Alex Bregman. Let's see where he does fielding wise. He's actually pretty good fielding wise. So Jorge Polanco was a name out there, but what is his age? 31. So there you go. He's pretty young. Of course, we are going down the charts. We're going down the charts. Polanco scares me. He could be a rebound candidate. Yeah, he had a knee injury last year. Isn't he recovering from a knee injury he had in June, if I'm not mistaken? I believe that what took him out last year. I think it was a knee injury. Let's see. Yeah, he was, 10-day IL. Anyways, I know he dealt with a lot of stuff last year. He was kind of up and down. And so, yeah, so he did deal with that injury. So Jorge Polanco, I don't know. Shea Whitcomb at third, Singleton at first. We'll still win our division. Scott Roll. Okay, Paige, I said not old players. This dude is going to be pulling up Brooks Robinson out of the grave. Come on, man. I know you're joking, but seriously. So I don't know of any other team news going on. I'm sitting here looking. Brian McTaggart. Make sure y'all keep up with Brian McTaggart. Make sure you keep up with Chandler Rome because they've got some good stuff going. There is some good pipeline news coming out that Brian McTaggart's putting out. Again, he talked more about Crane, and Crane isn't a believer of signing lengthy deals. He's never guaranteed more than 5 years. So he talked about that. And this is also what Crane said to Brian McTaggart. You have to be cognizant of that, talking about what Chapman signed for with the Giants, because the longer the contracts on the back end, it gets difficult to carry it, and you decrease your ability to be competitive when you've got a lot of money tied up. We have some money coming off the payroll next year, as you will know. We run it like a business, and we make good decisions. They make good decisions not every time. Now, maybe he didn't make that decision. Again, he talked about Altuve. And look, the bottom line is this. If we lose Bregman, it's going to be because he's going to sign a massive deal. If we sign Bregman, it's going to be because, why? Because he takes a discount. I would be down with getting, dude, if we could get, okay, can I just say this? I talked about Jurickson Profar before he went to the Padres. I wanted to get him. I loved this kid when he was a prospect with the Rangers, and then kind of went away and then had a rebirth, a resurgence in his career. Profar is not a bad guy. I think it's a guy that could have helped this team. All right, look, we're at the almost 28-minute mark. So I want to show y'all this hat. I've never opened up a hat for I haven't even seen it. I just got the tape off. But right here, this is a sweet, oh my goodness. Look at this hat. Look at this thing. This is a beaut. Look at that. Bam. It's got the Dead Stock Society hat pin. This is called the Champ. Look at that. Oh my goodness. What kind of fire have I gotten into? And Santia Goat. I got some goat stickers. Oh, he even gave me, look at this, an Orbit American flag sticker. Oh, I got another pin. Dude, he sent me the Luchador pin. Yes. So we got to put this on. Look at this bad boy. Look at that. Look at this side patch. So if y'all are listening, I just opened for the first time a hat that is called the Champion. And look, it even has a pink. Look at that, dude. It has a pink underbill. Good Lord, I got to hide my hair. That pink underbill, that is fire. Oh my goodness. Let me tell you something, Rio. Real men wear pink. Look, I'm a big I don't wear pink, but now I've got something to wear when we have our pink out days for our football team at school, different things like that. So I'm excited. Thank you. This is from Santiago Casas, he's one of my guys at the Houston Hat Crew. When I say he hooked me up, he let me order it. He didn't give me this. Some of the proceeds went to one of his friends battling cancer. And so it went to a good cause, but good. Oh man. Now I got to find me a pink Astros shirt to go with it. But I knew the blue and the pink would kind of look cool. I don't know if y'all noticed this, but this is my favorite hat. This is called Starry Night. This is the first series too of the Starry Night hat from Big City Cap Zone. I love this hat. This hat is one of my favorites. On air, I won't say how much, but I've been offered more than once a lot of money for this hat. I will not sell this hat though. So, but anyways, the reason why I put it on is to match my shirt tonight. White shirt with blue jeans will work simple. See, there you go. H-Town just. So, well, I can bend the bill. I can put a Stanky's separator on to make it look less big. But hey, I've been in the gym lately, so I'm trying to slim down here a little bit. But thank y'all. What hair? Yeah, wow, Paige. Look, you guys must feel really comfortable with me saying what hair, Brett. See, if you're just listening, you miss out on seeing the moneymaker right here. That's right. The hazel eyes, the silver fox beard, the glasses, now the hat. Y'all don't even know. Y'all think y'all do. I do have an insane hat collection, but nothing like my guy Santiago, nothing like my guy Big Dave, or nothing like my guy Icons. They have much bigger hat collections. Don't forget to show us the new hat. Mom, I already showed it. It's right here on my head. Mama Wheelhouse is obviously not paying attention. She's probably playing Bubble Pop or something on her phone. Pink Crocs. Yes, I need pink Crocs. I think my son has some. I think I might sport those tomorrow at school. Hey, you know what? That's all I got, boys and girls. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to Locked On Astros. This has been a blast. Sorry, Eric couldn't make it, but I promise you he will be here. So y'all make sure you rock the show. You share the show. You tell Mama Wheelhouse how much you love her. Thank y'all so much. For everybody here at Locked On Astros, we're your team every day. Go Stros.